Okay, mi familia, it's me. So my kids, my family. Everybody asks me where I get the shirts. This shirt I got at El Bate on 175 Reno in Buffalo, New York. You could call them, get your shirts. I think it was like $30. I don't remember. So let's start this off right. You ever heard of the greatest Native Americans that, in my opinion, are the best? Their name are the Caribs. Notice something. See his hair? No. See the baby? See the baby right there? See the baby? Okay. The Caribs were amazing. The Caribbean Sea, El Mar del Caribe, is named after the most amazing indigenous. We have their descendants from those Alcabuleans. They came 100 years before Columbus. They were mixed in like East Indian and African. So the Caribbeans were amazing because when I was a kid, I'm like, Caribbeans did what? So the Caribs noticed what Columbus and his people was doing to the Taínos. They don't play, bro. They don't play. This is what my Caribs said. When they landed in the small islands that they lived next to Venezuela, they had already seen what the conquistadors were doing. So when the conquistadors of the Spain king's people came by to talk to him, like, yo, man, this is a small ass island, man. Like, you ain't got nothing. My Alcabulean brothers and sisters and native brothers and sisters that mixed over 100 years ago told them, we only eat what God provides. That's it. We don't want or need for nothing else. So they already seen what the conquistadors were doing. Mind you that when the conquistador, I forgot, he was a famous guy, he told them, so what do you eat when there's nothing to eat here? The Caribe looked at him and said, we're going to eat you. You, we see what you're doing. We're going to leave one person alive to tell the tale. That's what the Caribs, they weren't the only ones. The Samoans did it. Hey, you mess with us, we're going to try to mess with you back. Those were the great Caribs. The reason why I know they came from my Alcabulan is because I read a lot. And in this book, if you read, the greatest king in the year 1320s was the king of Mali, a beautiful Alcabulan named Mansa Musa. Now, Mansa Musa was not supposed to be the king. No, no, no. Mansa Musa had an uncle. When his father died, his younger brother was supposed to be the king, but he said, nah. I heard stories from my grandpa's grandpa talking about how he went east to get maize, corn. Yes, there's corn in Africa before the Europeans showed up. That's another one. His great name was Abu Bakari. Now, Abu Bakari, he's the king of Mali. Imagine if the king of Mali, Mansa Musa, his nephew, walk around handing out bars of gold. Abu Bakari ordered from all of Alcabulan to build 200 ships of different designs. See, La Pinta, La Linda, and La Santa Maria came 3. He sent 200, a little bit over 200 ships. One ship came back after months, like a month, and said, yo, we saw him keep going east. We came back, there was a bad storm. That's his great name, Abu Bakari II, or Abu Bakari the Great, or Allahu Akbar, a great man, a great explorer from Alcabulan. They came in the early 1300s and stayed because it was the early 1300s. That is the true history of the Caribs and how the king of Mali's uncle came east through the Nile, came east. One ship came back and say, yo, we saw him going. It was a storm. See, the King of Mali's uncle went east, and they stayed. I have more and more references. Like, have you ever heard of the isthmus? An isthmus is a landmass that divides two seas. Panama's an isthmus. When an explorer, conquistador in the early 1500s landed in Panama, he said, oh my God, I saw a place, a whole town that looked like Mali, like the kingdom of Mali, Masamusa's people. And this was the early 1500s. I forgot the name of the explorer. But hell, I'm trying to teach you all history here. If you want to learn it, I read it a lot. See, books and old pictures are undeniable that my Alcabalean descendants were here. And we were badasses. When the Caribs saw what was happening to the Taínos, and they came to the island and said, what are we going to eat? You! The Caribs, my ancestors. Hey, remember, if you don't know your history, you don't repeat it. And we have amazing history like the Caribs. They ate the conquistadors because the conquistadors were bad. Que viva Puerto Rico Libre. Remember this shirt? You could get it at El Bate, 175 Reno, Buffalo, New York. I don't remember the phone number. You could call them, Google them. It's a cultural center where they have all our native diaspora and our African diaspora in Buffalo, New York. Que viva Puerto Rico Libre. Don't forget,